Alright, it is week 3, and that means that today I will be showing the methods I use to make Jaune Arc's Sheath. And as you can see, if you can compare it to the one I made 2 years ago, it's much thinner, and that's because these front and back plates that go all the way down the length of the sheath are actually made from masonite, which is just a thin, almost like particle board that's been super pressed down. And before, I used 2 more pieces of plywood, so it was much thicker, but this is a lot thinner, and I'm very happy with that because it's very low profile with the sword. And the back here, this little clip that holds it onto my pants and belt, this is held on with just a piece of custom metal that I found laying around in my garage. I drilled a couple holes into all the way through just so that the epoxy would set all the way through this first layer of the sheath and it wouldn't like pop off or anything. As you can see, I had a lot of epoxy on it, but I really wanted to stay on there nice and firm. And the back, you can see, it's held together, all of it, so the layers go masonite, and then plywood that is it's a little bigger than the width of the sword, so that when I put the foam inside, this whole thing, the inside is aligned with not particle board. It's with craft foam, so that way when I'm taking the sword in and out, it doesn't screw up the paint job that I put on it. And so the nails here, the plywood only goes, so past this piece of masonite, it only goes like all the way down there, and it pinches off right here. So it's very thin, and I really wanted to make sure it was secure, but that the sword could still go in and out really easily. And as far as the paint job goes, oh, actually, I should go back and talk about this a little more, because you can see those nails I put down. I did pre-drill holes just so that the very thin piece of plywood that I did put in, so it wouldn't split on me and I would have to make a completely new inside of the sheath. So I pre-drilled the holes at about every 4 inches, and once the nails were sticking up, I just got my Dremel and I could actually grind away right at the base, so it was very smooth in front, even though you can still see the nails in back, but no one's going to see it, so who really cares? And yeah, that actually, the masonite, plywood, and other masonite, it actually left a few gaps here that were very noticeable from the side. So I actually had a line of hot glue going down the whole way, and then I smoothed it out with the nozzle. If you can like have the nozzle flush up against the side of it, you can actually drag that hot glue down and make a nice clean line like you see there. Other points to include, these arc bits, I honestly just got like a dinner bowl and put it up against there, traced it, and then angled it a little bit more here, traced it, moved it down so that this line was even like it is in the show, traced it again, and then moved it down, angled down a little bit more, so it's thin here, but then it widens as you get closer to the edge on the other side. And then I filled it in with a very shiny acrylic paint that I found at Walmart for like 80 cents. And once I had this front piece done, you could just drag the line over. I think I freehanded it, that's why it's a little lopsided. But I just freehanded the line over here so it looks like it keeps going. The blood splatter was done the exact same way as I did the sword, which is that you want to hit the paintbrush against the flat of your hand instead of just flicking it. So when you hit it like that, more paint flies off and in a greater volume so you can get some really good splatter effects. Like I said, the inside is aligned with a craft foam, and the way I did that, you might be able to see, where's the camera? Let's see if I can get it. Okay, yeah, so the top piece, it kind of goes up, over, and down. If you can see that there, it kind of stops. That's because I put the foam in before the whole thing was assembled, so I could get the inside and the wall and then cut that off, and then just get the top here. The foam actually goes all the way through. So I guess it actually goes masonite, foam, plywood, and then masonite again. So one of them goes like this, and the other just goes along that bottom. You can actually look directly in there and see where the line distinction is, where that little one is right at the bottom. That's where the top piece stops, and that goes down the length of the sheath. So yeah, that's pretty good. This'll I don't know why it's in the show, but for some reason the bottom like half inch of it going all the way down the tip is darkened for some reason. And I mean, it looks pretty cool. It's a very simple but also very clean looking sheath, so I really like the design overall. The edges are fading a little bit, but like I did with with the sword, with the hilt of the sword and the handle, I lined the edges. Also with the pouches on the belt, the edges are lined with Sharpie to give it a more cartoonish look. And let's see, again, yeah, here, I think I just took the length of a ruler and I put it flush up against this edge and this edge, marked over here, and then just colored in with gold again. The top I noticed is black. It was actually gold before, but I saw a reference image online. Turns out the top here is black, so I literally fixed that like last week. Alright, that might be it. So, ooh, last little bit, you can see, Miles signed it, so that's pretty cool. Yeah, so next week I'll do the arm bits, going from the glove to his little orangey skin tight thing, all the way to the elbow pad and the leather going around it. So look for that next Saturday, and yeah, thank you for watching.